So I said start with the FAFSA. Well, what if you're not a senior in high school? Then I would recommend doing the FAFSA Forecaster. All you have to do for either of these things is basically search on Google for them. If you Google the word FAFSA Forecaster, look for a .gov website, you're going to find a really good calculator. It's very similar to the steps that it runs you through on the FAFSA. The only difference is this would be for someone who has a student, or you are a student who's a junior, a sophomore, a freshman. I mean, hey, even if you have a 7th grader and you just want to get an idea of what you might need to prepare for college, complete that FAFSA Forecaster, and we would love to give you an idea of what college would cost. But when should you fill out your FAFSA if you are a high school senior? Well, that date is always going to be October 1st. So October 1st of the last year in high school, complete that FAFSA so that we can get to work on getting you the information that you need. October 1st is when that opens, and you'll want to stay way ahead of the game. So we don't want to tell you to wait, although we can continue to process those after that date, because you can run into some really difficult deadlines, such as the deadline for state aid in the state of Tennessee is February 1st. You don't want to risk not getting any aid out there, and you want to make sure that you get your package as soon as possible. So we've already talked about what the F in FAFSA stands for, and that's free. And that's important to remember as you continue to work through your information. Maybe you apply for scholarships, that you never apply to anything that's going to charge you any money to complete that process. Now, in a lot of audiences, I would ask who's completed their FAFSA. I hope that a lot of people that are watching today have already completed their FAFSA, because that will make the information that we give you a lot quicker. In case you haven't completed that process, we want you to be able to go find the information wherever it's at. And the best information is going to be online. You can complete that information online or on the app. So just search for FAFSA, FAFSA Gov, or FAFSA on the web, and you should find it out there no problem. Whenever you find it, it should look like this. Follow that arrow up there, and we're going to want to get you to log in and get started with your FAFSA through that process on the web. You can also see the web link that we went to as well. In case you would prefer to do it on your phone, or that's more convenient for you, there's definitely an app that you can look into for that. It's the Federal Student Aid app, and it is pretty good from what I hear. Although it doesn't have the best App Store rating, I do hear good reviews from the students who have used it. So nothing's perfect, and pick the method that's going to work best for you. So a couple of tips and tricks as you fill out that FAFSA. Number one, add Johnson to your FAFSA. We cannot view that information. The government, rightfully so, is not going to allow me to go into even the back end of the government side and pull your information if you have not given us permission to view that information. Go ahead and add Johnson to your FAFSA, and we'll get that information and be able to pull it in without you doing anything else. Number two is I'd recommend using the data retrieval tool. It's going to make things like verification so much easier if you are selected for that. However, if for some reason you are selected for verification, I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and complete the process for verification as soon as you can so that we can get you the information that you need as soon as possible. Okay, so whenever it comes to financing your education, you've completed the FAFSA, you've given us the information. Now let's look through the multiple options you have to finance that education, to bring that bottom line to an even more affordable rate than it already is at. I believe that there's 4 key categories that are worth considering: grants, scholarships, work study, and loans. Each of those are going to be key parts of financing your education. And whenever you look into this and we break it down, there's going to be key categories I want to walk you through.